Robar, legendary orc. How good is he really? Let's figure it out. What's up, guys? MTG Jedi, and one of the champions that I was so fortunate to open last weekend was none other than Robar. So we're going to test him out. We're going to see if we can combo him with Astralon, the new, I guess I don't want to say the newest fusion, but the most recently completed fusion. And we're going to see what Robar can really do in today's metagame, in today's champion pool. And you know how we do it on the channel. We're going to talk about his abilities, his role, how we're going to build him, etc. So let's jump right into it. So, Robar, right? Okay, so he has an accuracy in Faction Crypt's aura, which if you don't have an aura in your Faction Crypt, I mean, I guess you could use it. It's not like one that's super impressive, okay? His A1, 50% chance of placing a stun, and it grants an extra turn, okay? Books will get you more damage, but not a bigger chance to stun. He has a decreased defense, 100% on his A2, which, like, back in the day when it was the original champion pool, when he was added, it's like, okay, that is an outstanding ability. Everybody needs this ability. But these days, there are a lot of champions that do this, okay? But he is definitely one of them, all right? Then here is what I think is going to be his claim to fame. His AoE damage increases if the target is under sleep, stun, or freeze. Now, we could pair him with like Kymar as part of the recent 10x here, Astralon for the stun, Torment or somebody for the freeze. So there's a lot of champions that you can pair him with, but we're going to try to go the stun route today, okay? Now, there's also some other awesome parts about his kit here too. 1600 attack is crazy, but what you got to remember is whatever their damage is based on is kind of unimportant. And the reason why I say that is because it just matters what their multipliers are. He could have a 1200 or a 900 attack, and if his multipliers are really good, then he will be good. He will do good damage. But it does help when they have a higher base attack, or if they're a defense champion, a higher base defense, then they can have lower multipliers and still hit hard, okay? And as far as what I know, he has good multipliers, okay? His base speed is embarrassing. That's what most people say they don't use him. His base defense, also embarrassing, but I don't think we care about either of those. We don't care how fast he's going to go because they're going to be stunned. We don't care how tough he is because he's not going to die, okay? And then he does have a base resistance, which is weird to me for an attack-based champion. And he does have a base accuracy, a small one, which depending on how you're going to build him, that could be nice. That could be nice. All right, so that is Robar. Let's jump into his build guide and talk about how we could build him, okay? I know how I want to build him, but there are definitely some options, so let's take a look. All right, so we'll navigate over to the champion screen where I do have him built. I just literally 5 minutes ago finished building him or so. And then I hopped right over here to this record so that we can get this info out for you guys, because I think this is going to be a super fun video here, okay? All right, so number one, with his skills, right? You can decide that you want to build him full accuracy, okay? This move does not need accuracy, but if you're going to do the wild swing as his primary move for decreasing defense, then You want some accuracy on him. If you want him to place the stuns, I mean, yeah, he's going to need accuracy for that, okay? My primary purpose is to just see how much damage we can do with him and not worry about the accuracy, okay? We did end up with a little bit of accuracy, and if we wanted to lose some attack, we could easily throw another 100 accuracy on there and get it up around 200 very easily, okay? Like we're at 90, 89 accuracy without even trying here, just from like our Great Hall and an amulet. I mean, we didn't use any perception or accuracy gear in the build, which we definitely could. We could definitely build him for accuracy. But you should have plenty of champions on your account to do this effect, the decreased defense. The one that I will be using with him is going to be Deacon Armstrong, okay? I do need to tweak his build a little bit, I think, but this is a good example of decreased defense champion, okay? Now, with Robar, I just built him full nuke. But if you want to build him for accuracy, try to be up above 250 or even 300 in gold 4, okay? The accuracy requirements in the game are definitely increasing, all right? The nice thing about Robar is that he's force, and force champions are going to be good against all of these magic-based champions like Rhodos, you know, if people are using Norog. I mean, tons of great blue champions in the game. We know this, okay? We know this. So, for my build, I went and I utilized the Fatal set, okay? I have these crit damage gauntlets that I was not using. They have some attack percentage, they have flat attack, they have crit rate. Most importantly, they have speed to help him with his low speed, all right? Now, he doesn't have to be crazy fast. He's going to be the slowest one in your team, and there are plenty of ways to protect him, okay? I also had this nice crit damage chest that has some speed and the other stats I'm looking for as well. But again, not that much crit rate. So I almost came down and built him in the crit rate set. But I felt like that was kind of a waste on a champion that I think is going to be really good, okay? So instead, I tried to utilize this new set that we have here from the Magma Dragon, which in my opinion is the best farmable set from the Doom Tower, and I've managed to get some decent pieces from it, okay? These are two of the better pieces, the double crit rate roll. We got the attack roll on the last one. The boots are good. And then, of course, the helmet. The shield was my fill-in. I did a couple different builds. I ended up using this one for the crazy crit rate rolls. And 24% on a triple roll is insane. Okay. But that let me get some other stats in there as well. Like this one, I didn't need quite as much crit rate. All right. So, in general, you want your attack to be high, your crit rate to be 100%, and your crit damage to be as high as possible. Now, I'm not going to lie, I did end up with some pretty nutty stats here. 6,100 attack, 257% crit damage, and a respectable speed of 173. I don't think it's going to matter, but, you know, who knows? So, the question is, number one, is he too slow? Number two, is he going to do a lot of damage? Okay. Now, if you were trying to build him with accuracy also, then what you can do is just get your crit damage, gauntlets, or get some of your other pieces in the accuracy or perception sets. Okay. Like, these would be a good example of decent gloves. Nothing crazy. I mean, if you're farming a lot of dragon, you could have gloves like these. They're 6-star. They hit defense, speed, accuracy, all 111. I haven't leveled them up yet, but, you know, they're ready. They're there for me to use on somebody. I think we don't have... Let's just do this. We don't have like any kind of perfect gauntlets here or anything for him, but you know, some kind of perception gauntlets would be good as well. You would still want crit rate or crit damage, in my opinion, because he's going to be a damage dealer. So in the role I've put him, we're not worrying about the accuracy. We're just worrying about the damage. If you're going to use him in your Faction Wars team, you're going to want a pile more defense so that it doesn't die every turn, every wave. But I don't need him for that, so you tell me, what are you going to use your Robar for? Or if you had him, is this the kind of build you would go for? Is it not? 10 million silver later, I don't know. I like this build. I actually went and I leveled up all the gear because I saw I was getting pretty close to that 6,000 attack mark. So I went and I leveled up the ring and the banner. You saw the banner already. I think it's pretty obvious, but putting a crit damage amulet in here and an attack-based ring. And then those glyphs really help you out as well. For the record, I do not have him booked. I don't plan on using books on him, although it would add a significant amount of damage. I wonder if I could just get books in his A3. That would really be awesome. But I would say I used pretty typical masteries with the exception of this one. This one is really important, Opportunist, okay? This is like really typical builds for me when I'm building a damage-based champion. Now, we didn't do support here either, FYI. So if you're trying to use his accuracy abilities, skip the defense. It's not that important. Come down here with the normal accuracy build, okay? And this will not work here for the stun, so don't worry about that one. That's a common misconception there. I do want to point out Bloodthirst and Blood Shield. Those are an excellent combo, especially for your damage-based champions. And that new accessory that's coming out in Clan Wars should be awesome as well to, give you a third effect of those two type of things. I think that's everything. We finished up with Helm Smasher. If you've been watching the channel at all, any of my other guides, these are pretty typical masteries that I like to take. So, I'm excited to test him out. So let's get into that with his role, but I think you know where we're going to use him, okay? So what is his role? It's going to be right here, guys, in the arena. That's where it's at, okay? I mean, could you maybe build him to farm campaign? Maybe. Could you build him to help you out in dungeons, especially for the wave clear? If you did like an accuracy damage build hybrid, he could be fine in some dungeons. He could be fine in your Faction Wars, but he's going to be hard to keep alive. Same thing with Doom Tower. He's not a clan boss champion. I think that his main place is in arena. So that's where we are going to utilize him. Now, before we get to it, to the Astralon combo, I want to slot him in to what I would say is my usual arena team. I don't know which one I like better. But okay, so yes, I have Lydia. Any decreased defense, so like you want somebody else to be your decreased defense rather than Robar if you're going to utilize him for for damage like we have done here. So we want a second champion in there. AoE Provoke, my favorite mechanic in the game. It just is super good. And Molly is one of the best examples of that. Obviously, we know Arbiter. So let's take a look at him in this normal setup for me. This is my normal arena team. And we'll compare him with my other nukers to see how much damage that he's doing. So, yeah, I was going to say we should be going first the majority of the time in gold 4. AoE Provoke here. Decrease defense and weaken. And we're still going to use his A3 because that's what we want to test. Now, Arbiter goes again, and that's pretty typical for my nukers. But you see, their Arbiter, all she did was come attack us. No big deal. All right, let's put this on ×1. Over 100k on some of them. Okay. That's good damage, guys. That is good damage. So let's compare it to a very similar team here. I think this has a little bit lower team power, but that's okay. Let's get Deacon and Astralon in there. And I really like Deacon and Astralon together. I mean, Deacon in general has been super impressive. I need to put more time into his build because his accuracy is not quite high enough. All right, increase attack and turn meters. We're going to increase our turn meter and decrease theirs. So good. Then we're going to put decreased defense. And we did hit it on all of them. Now, Astralon is a good damage dealer, so sometimes he just kills people. Okay, well, he just killed everyone. What do we need Robar for? What do we need Robar for? All right, let's try again. Let's try again. Hey guys, I've done plenty of content with Astralon. If you didn't build yours yet, what are you waiting for? It's such a great champion. I mean, definitely the best fusion I've seen in a year. Okay. All right, Astralon to save the day. Let me just pause on the next one. What's the team power on this one? All right, guys, I specifically set up these arena fights because these were good fights. Like, okay, I'm just saying, all right, don't hate me. Don't flame me in the comments here. My Astralon is not crazy damage. It's only 200. Not even 190. And he's only got 4,200 attack. This is not a crazy build. He has 300 accuracy. I built him for accuracy in the immunity set, okay? If you put more effort into your Astralon, he can do more damage than that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay. Now back to the action. 210 champion power with Iron Brago and some defense-based champions, so maybe Robar will get a turn here. But Deacon is one of the main reasons he's allowing us to do this, okay? Because he has this turn meter boost. Deacon's kit is crazy good. The video I did on him is really good as well. Are we going to live? Only one champion. Well, let's check the damage. 123k. I mean, what do we even need you for, Robar? We have Astralon. 234 team power. We might not even go first. We might not even go first. We might lose this fight. Let's see. Okay, we did go first. This is a good sign, guys. This is a good sign. And then Astralon. No. Okay. All right. Well, I don't know how to test him. I don't know how to test him. All right, refresh. Let's see. What is this build? 220 team power with a Duchess. We might have to test him without. I'm just saying we might have to. I don't know what else to do, guys. All right, let's try again. Let's try again. Astralon, you're my favorite. We have a shield set on here as well. Okay, now this is a good team to test this on, right? We did not have enough damage here. We didn't get the stun, but let's try. And like, okay, Mausoleum Mage is red. Okay, Duchess is green, which is a bad pairing. But the rest of these are Force champions. Let's see what we can do here. Boom. Boom. Yeah, boy. That's what I'm talking about. Whew. I like it. I like it, guys. I don't think we can do that one because we'll get frozen. I would like to see... Here's a Krisk build, okay? And Krisk, man, he's tough. Because he's going to just auto-generate those shields at the beginning of the fight. So we'll do this last one, and then we'll chit-chat for a minute. All right, here we got that. We got resisted a bunch of times. Let's get the... See, Arbiter lived and Krisk lived. But then they took... Arbiter was too fast. Krisk resisted it. But I think this should finish him off. Yeah, there we go. So I think that this is a sweet combo. Number one, Astralon is awesome. Number two, if Astralon doesn't kill him, then you're in good shape. Okay, you're in good shape with Robar. I would say don't build him crazy slow. I mean, even a little bit faster than this would be helpful. Like, do we have speed glyphs on all of these ones with speed? We don't have one there. We do have one there. We do have one there. That's the boots. Okay, there's my alarm telling me I need to finish up the video. Let's go ahead and while we're thinking about it, put a little speed glyph on here. Okay, let's try again. All right, well, we'll settle with that too. Oh, we need to glyph this attack percentage too. Boom, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's see the finalized build here since we tweaked a couple things. 175 speed, almost 6,200 attack, 257 crit damage, and he's just going to straight nuke for you. Even if you don't have Astralon, I mean, you saw the crazy damage numbers. That's the kind of numbers that I'm looking at when I use Anithwi or Ethos, so he's definitely a top tier nuker. I would say personally avoid the decreased defense and the accuracy. Just build him for straight damage and have a great day with your Robar, okay? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Do you have Robar? Are you going to use him? Will you build him? What do you think? And if you liked it, tell me by hitting the like button. Come join me on stream. We'll be live as often as possible for you guys. All right, have a great day, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.